What's up guys, Gabriel Varga here. If you've been on my channel before, you know I love covering taboo subjects. Subjects that you're not supposed to talk about. Subjects that nobody teaches you when you're climbing your way through the ranks. So today we are talking about 5 things nobody tells you about being a fighter. Alright guys, now that I've climbed to the highest pinnacle of kickboxing and I look back on my career, I go, why did nobody tell me this and this and this? So many little nuggets of information that may have helped me on my path to becoming a champion. So I want to share with you guys some things that people do not tell you about this whole industry. Things that might shock you. When something sometimes comes out of the blue when you're about to fight, it just hits you. You're like, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen. It can throw off a lot of things. It can throw off your fight mentality. It can throw off your confidence. And if somebody would have just given you a heads up before, you would have been like, oh yeah, no big deal. I knew this was coming. And the first thing I want to focus on, guys, is something that nobody tells you about the paperwork when you're getting ready for a fight. And that is literally signing your life away. What do I mean by this? Well, you're filling out all your paperwork. You're like, okay, ISK is the sanctioning body, blah, blah, blah. Here's my name, here's my record, something, something, something. You get to the waiver section and you start reading through and it's like, oh, in the result of my death, and you're going, my death, and you start reading further and you're like, okay, no legal action can be taken against the promotion if a fighter dies, and you're going, what the heck? What did I sign up for? I thought I was coming to do a sport. The first time I sat down and signed a waiver that released the promotion of any harm that might come to me, and it included death in it, it just threw me off so much. I went, why did nobody tell me that I was going to be signing something that I might die? Now let's be realistic. Thankfully, so thankfully, there are so few deaths in the ring. And it's so sad for people who have passed away while competing. Just terrible. But when you're getting ready to compete and you start thinking, that starts harping on your mind, even in the tiniest bit, and you start running through your head all the ways that you might get hit and all the bad things that can happen, that's exactly what you do not want the night before you fight. You want confidence. You want to be going in going, okay, I'm going to go win this sport. Everybody's going to come out safe, but I'm going to go in, I'm going to win, I'm going to dominate. You don't want to be scared or have this hesitancy. So I want to let you guys know that yes, be prepared for your first fight, your second fight, whatever fight you're on. You go and fight for one of the big promotions. If this has not happened to you yet, at some point you are going to sign a paper that says, I release this promotion from any wrongdoing if I die. That's crazy stuff. That's just something that you should know if you're about to compete, just so it doesn't mess with your fight psychology. Next up, guys, I want to talk about pain in the ring, because people ask me so many times, how do you condition your shins? How do you stop it from hurting so bad? Because, I'll walk around the house and I bump my shin into something and oh, it hurts so bad. Or I'm at the gym and I bang my shins together with somebody and I'm down on the ground. Why doesn't somebody just tell these people that adrenaline is pumping so high that you could probably take a hammer to the shin and you're not going to go down the way you normally would? You'd be in tears. I bump my shins into stuff all the time around the house and I'm hopping around. It hurts so bad. And then I get into the ring, I throw a low kick, somebody checks it and I go, whatever. Or you class a shin on a knee. Yeah, whatever, it'll hurt tomorrow. Does it hurt in the moment? No, it does not. In my experience, over 40 fights, I have never kicked somebody in a fight and gone, oh, that hurt. Oh, I might drop. I go, ow, that's gonna hurt tomorrow. But in the moment, I'm fine. Headshots and body shots are different. That's a different type of pain. It's not something that you can just brush off. But, bone colliding on bone, you're not going to notice it. So you guys can stop worrying about conditioning your shins so that, the next time you go and accidentally bump into a coffee table or something, it won't hurt because you have really strong shins and that will translate into being able to make it through a fight. No, it doesn't work like that. Adrenaline will get you through. Next point, guys. This is something that you've heard so many times and I'll go on to explain, but expect the unexpected. So what I mean by that is I'm going to give you guys a real life example. I was already a former Glory champion. I lost my belt and then I was rematching Sergey Adamchuk and I was zoned in. I was feeling really focused. I was like, okay, I was sitting in my hotel room. It's about time to go to the venue and I'm locked in. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go down into the lobby. I'm going to see Adamchuk there. I'm going to, if I need to, just, give him a little bit of an evil eye and show him that I'm coming back to get my title tonight. The one he took from me. It is mine tonight, and I'm going to go to the venue. And I was going through this whole situation, visualizing the whole night. And then we walk out of our hotel room, we get to the elevator, and Adamchuk's there. He's actually on the elevator going down. Tiny little thing, like just enough room for 4 people. My 2 cornermen, myself, and Adam Chuck. And it just threw me off. Like, he doesn't really speak English, and he has like a little smirk, and he kind of sees me and he smirks a little bit. And we're standing in there, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't prepare for this. I wasn't thinking that I was going to see him this early, and I was laser focused. And like at this point, I'm just like, oh, I'm just going down to the lobby, and it's just unexpected. And you need to recognize that unexpected things are going to happen. You can run through everything in your mind. You can run through every possible scenario. Guess what? There's another scenario that you didn't think of that is going to play out at some point. So you don't want to let these little things throw you off. You don't want to let these unexpected incidents play a factor in the outcome of the fight. Now that is easier said than done, and these might even sound inconsequential to you guys right now. You're like, oh, so what? You saw him in an elevator. But when you're laser focused in and these little things start popping up, it could also be a big thing. It could be something like you get on the scale, your opponent doesn't make weight, the promoter comes to you and says, oh, we have this other guy, and he'll fight you tomorrow instead. And you're going, whoa, I didn't prepare for that. I'm not ready for that. So as you're climbing your way up through the ranks, just be ready to expect a lot of unexpected things. If you don't let them sort of blindside you, you're just like, you know what? I'm fighting tomorrow. I'm focused in, but I'm ready for some oddball things to happen. If they do happen, you're not surprised. And if they don't, even better. Next up, guys, and I've talked about this in one of my previous videos in more depth, but pre-fight warm-up. You're about to go out, you're about to fight, you're in like tip-top shape, you've been ready and training, and you're in the best shape of your life, and you start hitting the pads, and you're so tired and you're so fatigued. Pre-fight fatigue. It is real, and that is the adrenaline. That is all the nerves just dumping in on your system, and you start hitting the pads, and you're 2 or 3 minutes, and you're like, holy smokes, I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted, what's happening? I felt so good a week ago, why do I feel like this? Am I going to lose the fight? Am I in bad shape? No, that's natural. It's something that pretty much everybody I've talked to experiences, and if somebody had told me early on in my fight career, like, you know, your warm-ups are not going to feel great, but get in there, do your warm-up, get your body loosened up, and then when you get in the ring, you're going to be your normal self. Why didn't anybody tell me that? Well, I'm sharing it with you guys now, so it won't come as a surprise to you. Finally, guys, there are so many positives and so many negative pros and cons to being a fighter, but something that never really gets addressed, which it should, is one of the pros, one of the opportunities that you get when you start making it as a fighter, and that is the ability to see the world, to travel the world, not only for free, but getting paid to do it. So if you're looking for a reason to be a fighter, you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe I like the notoriety. Oh, maybe I like the sensation of winning. Maybe I like the challenge. Maybe you can add on to your list, I want to see the world. Where have I been? Where have I traveled? Let's see. I've been to United Emirates, fought in Dubai for my first Glory World title. I've been to China 4 times, some really cool spots in China. I went to Tokyo, Japan. I went for my first European fight to Austria. I fought in Hungary. I went to Italy 5 times, all over the country, seen all those beautiful cities. I've been all throughout the States, up and down, sideways, back and forward. I've got to fight in Canada, and that's only taking into consideration the spots that I've fought. We're not talking about where I've got to travel for training, where I've got to go and teach seminars. You get to see the world, and you get to make money doing it. So if I look at the fights, I've broken down before a number of times how much money you make in kickboxing, but something to take into account, even if you're not making a lot of money as a kickboxer, is how much money would it cost out of your pocket to go and see the world? I've got to take cornermen with me, I've got to take my brother, we've got to see so much of this world, easily over $100,000 to do the traveling that we've done so far. So maybe I haven't made millions of dollars fighting, but I've definitely got so many great experiences. I have been a traveler of this entire world, and there's still lots of spots more that I want to see for sure, but I've been very fortunate when you reach a high level, getting to see all the different countries, all the different cultures throughout your fight career. Amazing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you may have learned something that you didn't already know about being a fighter. It's all these little tips, these little tricks, these little nuggets of information that I wish I would have known earlier on in my fight career. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you haven't, get subscribed. As always, guys, train hard, and I'll see you back here soon for another video.